The American rifle market right now is the most competitive and fast-moving it has been in a generation. New models keep dropping, prices keep shifting, and the classic guns that built this country's shooting culture are getting harder to track down if you don't know what you're looking for. If you are a shooter who hasn't had these rifles in your hands, you are genuinely missing out on what makes this hobby great. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications right now so you never miss a breakdown like this one. Today we are counting down the top 10 rifles every American shooter should fire at least once before they die. Let's get into it. Number 10. Ruger 1022. The Ruger 1022 is probably the single rifle that has turned more first-time shooters into lifelong gun owners than any other firearm in this country's history. We start here at number 10 because this is the foundation. This is the entry point. Millions of Americans fired a 1022 for the first time at a range, in a backyard, or at summer camp, and it is what hooked them. If you have never shot one, you have skipped the first chapter of American shooting culture, and every serious shooter needs to go back and read it. Sturm, Ruger & Co. was co-founded in 1949 by William B. Ruger and Alexander Sturm in Southport, Connecticut. Today, the company operates production facilities in Newport, New Hampshire, and Prescott, Arizona. In over more than 7 decades, they have built one of the strongest reputations in the American firearms industry for making guns that work, every time, at a price that doesn't break you. The 1022 hit the market in 1964 and has never once stopped being made. That is more than 60 years of uninterrupted production. Entire generations of American shooters have cycled through this gun, and it keeps selling because it keeps doing exactly what it promises. Specs: action, semi-automatic, blowback operated, caliber, .22 long rifle, magazine capacity, 10-round rotary magazine standard, accepts BX-25 and dozens of aftermarket options. Barrel length, 18.5 inches. Weight, 5 pounds. Effective range, 100 to 150 yards for target work, 50 to 75 yards for small game hunting. Rate of fire, semi-auto, limited only by trigger speed. Price range, $280 to $380 depending on retailer and configuration. Number 9. Henry Big Boy Classic. If you want to understand why lever-action rifles have never actually gone away in this country, the Henry Big Boy Classic is the right place to start. This is not a tactical rifle. It is not a competition gun. It is a rifle built to connect you to over 150 years of American firearms tradition. And it does that job better than almost anything else currently on the market at this price. Henry Repeating Arms was founded in 1996 in Bayonne, New Jersey, by Anthony Imperato. The company takes its name from Benjamin Tyler Henry, who designed the original Henry repeating rifle in 1860. That rifle was arguably the most advanced repeating arm in the world at the time, and it saw significant documented use during the Civil War. Soldiers who got their hands on it did not want to give it up. The modern Henry Company builds its rifles in Bayonne, New Jersey, and Rice Lake, Wisconsin. Their standing commitment is simple: made in America or not made at all. That is not a tagline they print and ignore. Every Henry rifle is manufactured entirely in the United States from American-made parts, and that has not changed since day one. The Big Boy Classic earns its spot on this list because it represents a kind of American shooting that too many modern shooters have never experienced. Lever actions shaped the culture of this country before bolt-action rifles were even common. They were the rifles that hunters, cavalry soldiers, and frontiersmen trusted when they needed a gun that could keep firing without stopping to reload after every shot. That legacy is alive in the Big Boy Classic, and firing one is not just a range experience. It is a direct connection to the history of American firearms. Specs: action, lever action, brass receiver with side loading gate, caliber .44 Magnum, and .44 Special. Magazine capacity, 10 rounds in a tubular magazine under the barrel. Barrel length, 20 inches, octagonal. Weight, 8.68 pounds. Effective range, 100 to 150 yards for hunting, up to 200 yards for skilled shooters. Rate of fire, approximately 30 to 40 rounds per minute for a shooter comfortable with the lever. Price range, $900 to $1,100. Number 8. Winchester Model 70. The Winchester Model 70 is called the Rifleman's Rifle. That name was not invented by a marketing team. It was earned in the field, at the bench, and in combat by hunters, competitive shooters, and military snipers who needed a bolt-action rifle they could count on, and it delivered for them every time. This is one of the most important bolt-action rifles ever built, and if you have not had one in your hands, you have a gap in your education as an American shooter. Winchester Repeating Arms traces its history back to the Volcanic Repeating Arms Company of the 1850s, which eventually became Winchester in 1866. The Model 70 launched in 1936, replacing the earlier Model 54, and it immediately earned a reputation as the gold standard for American bolt-action rifles. There were controversial production changes in 1964 when the company streamlined manufacturing in ways that did not sit well with serious shooters. But Winchester corrected course over time, and the post-2008 production Model 70 guns are widely considered the best they have ever made. Today, Winchester rifles come out of a facility in Columbia, South Carolina. What separates the Model 70 from most competitors is the controlled round feed action. The extractor claw grabs the cartridge the moment it exits the magazine and holds it securely all the way to the chamber. This eliminates the misfeed and double feed problems that plague push feed designs, especially when you are operating in cold, wet, or dirty field conditions. It is the same principle behind the Mauser 98, which equipped more military forces in the 20th century than any other bolt action. Winchester built that same field-proven reliability into a rifle designed for American hunters and sportsmen, and the result has been one of the most trusted bolt guns in this country's history. Specs: action, controlled round feed bolt action. Caliber, available in .308, Winchester, .30-06, Springfield, .270 Winchester, .243 Winchester, 7mm Remington mag, and more. Magazine capacity, 5+1 rounds in an internal box magazine, varies by caliber. Barrel length, 22 inches in standard chamberings. Weight, 6 pounds 12 ounces. Effective range, 500 to 600 yards in experienced hands, 300 to 400 yards for most hunting scenarios. Rate of fire, bolt action, 10 to 15 aim shots per minute for a practiced shooter. Price range, $850 to $1,200 depending on model and stock configuration. Number 7. Remington Model 700. The Remington Model 700 is the most widely produced bolt-action rifle in American history. That is not a claim that requires much debate. Millions of these rifles have shipped since 1962, and the action itself serves as the direct foundation for both the M24 sniper weapon system used by the U.S. Army and the M40 used by the United States Marine Corps. When military snipers trust your action as the basis for their precision rifles, you have earned something that no marketing campaign can replicate. Remington has one of the most storied and complicated histories in American manufacturing. The company was founded in 1816 by Eliphalet Remington in Ilion, New York, making it one of the oldest arms manufacturers in the country. The Model 700 launched in 1962 and almost immediately became the benchmark for American bolt-action accuracy. However, Remington's corporate story hit serious trouble in the 2010s, and the company filed for bankruptcy in 2020 after years of financial strain, lawsuits, and management challenges. The Model 700 brand, tooling, and production were subsequently acquired by Rem Arms LLC, and production has continued. If you are buying today, you are getting the mechanical legacy of the original 700 in a gun that is still being made. The corporate history is worth knowing, but the rifle's reputation stands on its own. What made the 700 great and kept it great is the action itself, the round receiver design, the 3 rings of steel lockup at the barrel receiver interface, and the inherently tight tolerances all contribute to exceptional mechanical accuracy. Beyond that, the 700 has one of the largest aftermarket ecosystems of any bolt-action rifle ever built. Custom gunsmiths stake their entire business on bedding, barreling, and truing 700 actions because the geometry is consistent and predictable. If you want to build a precision long-range rifle without starting from scratch, the Model 700 platform is one of the most logical foundations available. Specs: action, push-feed bolt action. Caliber, available in dozens of chamberings. .308. Winchester is most popular for precision work. Magazine capacity, 4+1 rounds in an internal box magazine. Barrel length, 24 inches standard. Many options exist. Weight, 7.5 pounds. Effective range, 800 to 1,000 plus yards with a quality optic and matched ammunition. Rate of fire, bolt action, 10 to 15 aim shots per minute. Price range, $700 to $950 for standard production models. Custom builds vary widely. Number 6. M1 Garand. General George Patton called the M1 Garand the greatest battle implement ever devised. That is one of the most quoted lines in American firearms history, and it holds up. The M1 Garand was the standard issue rifle of the United States military through World War II and the Korean War, and it gave American soldiers a decisive firepower advantage over enemies who were still fielding bolt-action rifles. This gun helped win 2 wars. If you call yourself a serious American shooter and you have never fired an M1 Garand, that needs to change. The M1 Garand was designed by John C. Garand, a Canadian-born engineer working for the U.S. government at the Springfield Armory in Springfield, Massachusetts, which was a federal government arsenal, not the private company from Illinois that uses that name today. The rifle was adopted by the U.S. military in 1936, making it the first semi-automatic rifle to be standard issue for any major military in the world. During World War II, it was manufactured by Springfield Armory, Winchester, International Harvester, and Harrington and Richardson, among others. Today, original and reconditioned M1 Garands are available through the Civilian Marksmanship Program, a federally chartered nonprofit that exists specifically to promote marksmanship training and make historic military firearms available to American civilians. The CMP is the right way to buy one, and the prices are reasonable for what you are getting. What makes the Garand experience unique is the mechanism. The rifle operates on a long-stroke gas piston system, feeds from an 8-round end block clip that loads directly into the receiver, and ejects the clip automatically with a distinctive metallic ping when the last round is fired. That sound is one of the most iconic in American military history. Running a Garand is a completely different experience from any other rifle on this list. Specs: action, semi-automatic, gas-operated with a rotating bolt. Caliber .3006 Springfield. Magazine capacity 8 rounds via en-bloc clip, not a detachable box magazine. Barrel length 24 inches. Weight 9.5 pounds. Effective range 400 to 500 yards for practical combat accuracy. Rate of fire 30 to 40 rounds per minute for a trained soldier. Semi-auto limited by clip reloads. Price range $650 to $1,200 through the CMP, depending on condition grades. If you are finding this list useful, Hit that like button right now and subscribe if you haven't already. We do breakdowns like this all the time, and you do not want to miss them. Number 5. PSA AK-47. We are at the halfway point of this list, and this is where things get interesting. The AK-47 is the most produced firearm in human history. By most credible estimates, over 100 million AK pattern rifles have been manufactured worldwide since Mikhail Kalashnikov finalized the design in 1947. No other firearm comes close to that number. Understanding the AK platform is not optional for any serious student of modern firearms, and Palmetto State Armory has made it possible for American shooters to experience that platform through a rifle that is designed and assembled right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Palmetto State Armory was founded in 2008 and has grown into one of the largest American firearms manufacturers in the country. Their AK-47 line, particularly the GF3 milled receiver models, represents some of the best value in the American-made AK market. SAW builds these rifles to AK specification using domestic materials and labor, which means you are getting the AK operating system in a package that supports American manufacturing. Other quality options in the American-made AK market include the Century Arms Visca, but PepSA's GF3 line is where we recommend starting. What makes the AK experience essential for American shooters is the contrast. The Kalashnikov design operates on a long-stroke gas piston system, which is completely different from the direct impingement system found in most AR-15 rifles. The tolerances are looser by design, which contributes to the AK's legendary ability to function in sand, mud, water, and extreme cold with minimal maintenance. The ergonomics are different. The controls are in different places. The trigger geometry is different. Shooting an AK after years on an AR platform is genuinely eye-opening, and it makes you a more complete and informed shooter. Specs: action, semi-automatic, long-stroke gas piston operated, caliber 7.62 by 39 millimeters. Magazine capacity, 30 rounds standard, compatible with most AK pattern magazines. Barrel length, 16.5 inches. Weight, approximately 7.2 pounds unloaded. Effective range, 300 to 400 yards for practical accuracy. 200 yards is the realistic hunting and defensive range. Rate of fire, semi-auto, limited by trigger speed. Price range, $800 to $1,100, depending on configuration. Number 4. Springfield Armory M1A. The Springfield Armory M1A is the most powerful standard semi-automatic battle rifle that most American civilians will ever have the opportunity to own and shoot. It is chambered in .308 Winchester. It hits with authority at long distances. It has been used by competition shooters at the highest levels of NRAW high-power rifle competition for decades. And it is the closest thing to a U.S. military M14 that you can legally purchase as a civilian. If you have only ever shot .223 or 5.56 out of an AR platform. The M1A is going to realign your understanding of what a semi-automatic rifle can do. Springfield Armory Inc. is a private company founded in 1974 and based in Geneseo, Illinois. The name references the historic Springfield Armory, the federal government arsenal in Massachusetts that produced iconic military firearms from the Revolutionary War through 1968 when it was shut down by Congress. The Illinois company is not the same institution, but it carries on the name and has built a genuine reputation for quality American-made firearms since its founding. The M1A itself is the civilian semi-auto version of the M14, which served as the standard U.S. military battle rifle from the late 1950s through the Vietnam era, before it was gradually replaced by the M16 platform. The M1A keeps the M14's gas-operated, rotating bolt design, but removes the selective fire capability. making it legal for civilian ownership. What the M1A does better than any other semi-auto on this list, except the one that comes after it, is extend your effective range with authority. The 1308 Winchester cartridge carries more energy at distance than 7.62 x 39 or 5.56. And out of the M1A's 22-inch barrel with quality match ammunition, you have a rifle that serious shooters use to ring steel at 800 and 1,000 yards. Specs. Action. Semi-automatic, gas-operated with a rotating bolt. Caliber .308, Winchester/7.62 by 51 millimeters, NATO. Magazine capacity, 10 or 20 round detachable box magazine. Barrel length, 22 inches. Weight, 9.2 pounds. Effective range, 800 to 1,000 yards with match ammunition and a quality optic. Rate of fire, semi-auto, limited by trigger speed. Price range, $1,500 to $2,000 for the standard production model. National match variants, higher. Number 3. Scar 17S. The Scar 17S is the most capable semi-automatic rifle on this entire list. It is also the most expensive one that doesn't require a 50 BMG size budget, and it earns every dollar. This is not a rifle you buy because it looks cool on the internet. This is a rifle you buy because it works at an elite level, and it was literally designed to meet the requirements of United States Special Operations Command. Herstal is a Belgian company with over 130 years of history manufacturing military firearms, but the SCAR was a direct response to a U.S. government program, and it is produced in the United States. America, the U.S. subsidiary of Herstal, manufactures the SCAR 17S at its facility in Columbia, South Carolina. SCAR stands for Special Operations Forces Combat Assault Rifle. The program was initiated by USACOM in the early 2000s to find a modular rifle platform that could serve special operations units in multiple configurations. FN won that contract, and the SCAR has been used by U.S. and Allied Special Operations Forces ever since. The civilian SCAR 17S is the semi-automatic version of the SCAR H, the heavier .308 variant, designed for longer ranges and harder targets. What makes the SCAR 17S worth its price is the combination of engineering decisions that went into it. The short-stroke gas piston system keeps the chamber and bolt carrier group cleaner than a direct impingement design. The folding stock makes it genuinely compact when you need it to be. The free-floating barrel and solid receiver-to-barrel lockup contribute to accuracy that is exceptional for a semi-automatic rifle in this class. The adjustable gas system lets you tune the rifle for different ammunition loads. Every feature is there for a reason. Specs. Action. Semi-automatic, short-stroke gas piston operated. Caliber. .308 Winchester, 7.62 by 51 millimeters NATO. Magazine capacity, 20-round proprietary SCAR magazine. Barrel length, 16.25 inches. Weight, 8.0 pounds. Effective range, 600 to 800 yards in experienced hands with quality ammunition. Rate of fire, semi-auto, limited by trigger speed. Price range, $3,000 to $3,500. Street price. Number 2. Barrett M82A1. There is nothing else on this list like the Barrett M82A1. There is nothing else in the entire American civilian market like the Barrett M82A1. This is a semi-automatic anti-material rifle chambered in 50 BMG. It weighed over 30 pounds. The barrel is 29 inches long, and it was designed to reach out past a mile and stop things that do not stop. Shooting one is not a normal range experience. It is an event. Barrett Firearms Manufacturing was founded in 1982 by Ronnie Barrett. The company is based in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and has been manufacturing there since the beginning. The U.S. military adopted the M82A1 under the designation M107 as a long-range anti-materiel and sniper rifle, and it has seen action in every major U.S. military conflict since the Gulf War. The civilian version is the same rifle. The 50 BM cartridge is in a class by itself. The round was originally designed for the M2 Browning heavy machine gun, which has been in service since the 1920s. The projectile weighs up to 750 grains. At the muzzle, it leaves the barrel at over 2,800 feet per second. The effective range of the M82A1 in military use is listed at 1,800 meters, which is over a mile. The muzzle energy at launch is roughly 13,000 foot-pounds, compared to about 1,200 to 1,800 foot-pounds for a .308 Winchester. This cartridge was not designed for deer. Specs: action, semi-automatic, short recoil operated, caliber .50 BMG, 12.7 by 99 millimeters NATO, magazine capacity, 10-round detachable box magazine, barrel length 29 inches, weight 32.7 pounds, effective range 1,800 meters, has been used at greater distances. Rate of fire, semi-auto. Weight and recoil make practical rate of fire significantly lower than lighter semi-autos. Price range, $10,000 to $12,000. Number 1. The AR-15. The AR-15. If you did not see this coming, you haven't been paying attention to American shooting for the last 60 years. The AR-15 is the most popular rifle in the United States. There are more AR-15 pattern rifles in private American hands than any other rifle in history. And the reasons why are not complicated. It works. It fits almost everyone. It can be configured for nearly any purpose. And it sits at the center of American civilian shooting culture in a way that no other firearm ever has. The AR-15 was originally designed by Eugene Stoner in the late 1950s while he was working at Armalite, a division of Fairchild Aircraft Corporation in Hollywood, California. The AR in AR-15 stands for Armalite Rifle. It does not stand for assault rifle, and it never has. That is worth saying clearly and often. Colt purchased the design and the rights from Armalite in 1959, submitted it to the U.S. military, and the result was the adoption of the M16 as the standard rifle of the United States military in 1964. Colt also began selling a semi-automatic civilian version as the AR-15 Sporter, and the platform took off. Today, dozens of American manufacturers build AR-15 pattern rifles, from budget builders to premium manufacturers producing some of the finest semi-automatic rifles in the world. Companies like Daniel Defense in Black Creek, Georgia, Bravo Company Manufacturing in Heartland, Wisconsin, and Colt Manufacturing in Hartford, Connecticut represent different price points and priorities within the same fundamental platform. What makes the AR-15 the #1 rifle on this list is not just popularity. It is the combination of ergonomic adaptability, modular customization, reliable function, and the depth of the support ecosystem around it. The rifle fits small shooters and large shooters equally well because the stock adjusts for length of pull. The trigger group, bolt carrier group, barrel, handguard, and stock can all be swapped independently without gunsmithing. You can build a .22 LR trainer, a precision long-range rifle, a suppressor host, a home defense carbine, or a competitive 3-gun rig, all from the same lower receiver. There is no other platform in American shooting that offers that range of capability at this price level. Specs: action, semi-automatic, direct impingement, gas-operated, piston variants also available. Caliber, 5.56 by 45 millimeters, NATO/.223, Remington, platform supports .3, 00 blackout, 6.5 Grendel, 6.8 SPC, and many others. Magazine capacity, 30 round standard, compatible with many sizes. Barrel length, 16 inches in carbine configuration, 20 inches in rifle configuration. Weight, 6.5 to 7.5 pounds depending on configuration. Effective range, 400 to 600 yards in 5.56 for point targets. Varies by caliber and build. Rate of fire, semi-auto. Limited by trigger speed. Price range, $800 to $1,500 for quality production rifles. Custom builds vary. That is the list. 10 rifles, 10 reasons to get to the range and put your hands on something you haven't fired yet. Whether you start with the Ruger 1022 or you go straight to booking time with a Barrett, every single one of these rifles will make you a more knowledgeable and more capable shooter. The point is not to collect them. The point is to understand them. American shooting culture is built on exactly this kind of first-hand experience, and you owe it to yourself to get as much of it as you can. If this video gave you something useful, hit the like button, subscribe if you are not already, and turn on notifications so you catch every breakdown we drop. We will see you in the next one.